time for Dodger Baseball. Live from Dodger Stadium, Sportsnet LA presents the Dodgers as they take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Tuesday evening to you, wherever you may be. Dodgers and D-backs, Game 2 of the 3-game series. The D-backs 5.5 games back of the division-leading Dodgers. The pitchers for tonight, Carlos Frias on the mound, 1-0 against Arizona, 4-3 against the league, and a fellow we've not seen before, Robbie Ray, out of Tennessee. He's 1-0 on the mound for Arizona. He came from Detroit in the deal that sent the shortstop, Didi Gregorius, to the Motor City. As far as Arizona is concerned, they're 5.5 back, but they do make a lot of noise. They lead the National League in runs scored with 267. The Dodgers have 259. And the D-backs run. They're second to Cincinnati in stolen bases with 52. One other thing, anyone here tonight is looking up at the sky wondering about rain, and we thought you might be interested to know that since Dodger Stadium opened in 1962, they've been rained out 17 times, the last time back in 2000. So they've gone 1,245 regular season games without a rain out, so the odds are with us to get the ball game in tonight. So sit back and relax. We got a good ball game and a whole lot more coming up right after this. Tuesday evening to you, wherever you may be. Welcome to Dodger Stadium, Game 2 of the 3-game series with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And we would certainly like to extend a very warm welcome to all of our viewers who are watching tonight's game on Charter Spectrum TV. We are certainly glad to have you as part of the Dodgers and Sportsnet LA family. Hope you enjoy it, and so does Chip Hale, the skipper of Arizona, who played briefly for the Dodgers a few years ago. Here's Chipper's lineup, and it goes this way. Ender Inciarte in center field, Jake Lamb at third, Paul Goldschmidt at first, Yasmani Tomas in right field, David Peralta in left, Jared Saltalamacchia, better known to the world as Salty, is the catcher, Nick Ahmed at short, Robbie Ray, the pitcher, bats 8th, and Cliff Pennington, the second baseman, bats 9th. On the mound for the Dodgers, Carlos Frias. Frias doing very well. However, he is two different pitchers. On the road, he is 2-1, and his earned run average is 1.8. At home, however, 2-2, and his earned run average is 6. So we'll see how he fares as the first batter, the left-hander Ender Inciarte, and we're about ready. Light breeze blowing left to right, and the first pitch in for a strike, and the count 0-1. A mixed-up day, a little bit of very welcome rain around town. No rain here. Carlos ready, and the right-hander back with a fastball lifted foul off third. Two Dodgers racing over. Callaspo and Hernandez, neither one had a play. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The temperature here at Dodger Stadium, 82 degrees. It does not feel that hot at all. One reason, that breeze blowing from left to right. You do feel a little more humidity than normal, but otherwise, great way to play a ball game under the lights on a night like tonight. Inciarte, 0-2 the count to Ender. Here comes Frias with a fastball inside. He hits 95 on the gun, and the count 1-2. Inciarte has had a base hit in 13 of his last 15 games. And against the Dodgers, he's been on base safely in 11 straight starts. The 1-2 pitch, a chopper up the middle by the diving Kendrick into right center. So Inciarte continues to give the Dodgers a bad time. He's now reached base safely in 12 straight, and he has a hit in 14 of the last 16 games. Here are the Dodgers with the leather. Gonzalez and Kendrick, Hernandez, Callaspo, Guerrero, Heisey, and Puig, and Grandal behind the plate handling Frias. So Jake Lamb, the third baseman, another left-hand batter. They've stacked a couple in there. They have 4 left-handers and a couple of switch hitters. Frias out of a stretch. Inciarte takes his lead at first, and the pitch in for a strike, and the count 0-1. So Lamb at the plate. Inciarte a threat to run. Inciarte has stolen 8 out of 12. So for Frias, he's looking over his left shoulder while trying to throw strikes to a left-hand hitter, Jake Lamb. Frias, a high setter on the collarbone, comes back with a pitch lifted into left center. The wind cuts it down a little bit anyway. Waiting for it to come down is Alex Guerrero. So a base hit followed by a fly ball. And we have one away. And here comes a team picture. Paul Goldschmidt. Goldie absolutely wearing out the Dodgers just about every game. Hitting .340 against the league. They pitch around him a great deal. He has 48 walks, tied with Bryce Harper of Washington. Goldie has 16 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Dodgers kept him pretty quiet last night. Ground ball, walked, and he also struck out. Goldie waiting, Frias ready and delivers, and the fastball off the plate, ball 1. Among other things for Paul Goldschmidt is the fact that he's hitting .375 for the last 12 games, and that includes 9 RBIs and 4 home runs. Inciarte held on by Adrian Gonzalez. 1 out, first inning, no score. Frias back with a pitch on the outside corner at the knees. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-1 the count. Frias loses a lot, and so many pitchers do when he has to go out of a stretch. With the bases empty, The league is hitting .248 against him. With men on base, they're hitting .391. The Frias ready, turns, throws to first. Inciarte diving back to the bag. Right-handers have given him a bad time. They're hitting .310 against him. The Diamondbacks this year hitting .261. Remember, they've scored 267 runs, and they have Tomas hitting behind Goldschmidt. Inciarte, cautious lead at first. The 1-1 pitch is instead a throw to first. Inciarte back. Of course, the last thing you want to do is give up an out on the base runner with Paul Goldschmidt at the plate. Goldie has always done well against the Dodgers. He's done particularly well here. Since last year, he's hit .378 against the Dodgers. So Goldschmidt waiting, 1 ball and 1 strike. Frias delivers inside, missing the corner. A lot of fastballs at 94. 2-1 the count to Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt, one of the chief tormentors in the league, ironically was drafted by the Dodgers. He turned it down, went to school at Texas State, and eventually signed by the Diamondbacks in the 8th round. Goldie has put up big numbers each year. Here at Dodger Stadium in the previous 29 games, he hit .345 here. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Looked like a slider, good hard late break, and a 2-2 count. So Frias, whose ball has a great deal of movement. Even the fastballs jump at you a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. We're in the first inning, 1 out, and Inciarte leading off with a base hit. Gonzalez holding a corner. Inciarte goes. The pitch is low. The throw down. They got him. Wonderful play by Yasmani Grandal. Boy, he came up and really pulled the trigger. And Inciarte, who had stolen 8, is caught for the 5th time. Covering is Hendrick with a right-hand batter up, and Howie just let him slide right into the tag. Big play by the Dodger catcher. Nice tag by the veteran Kendrick. And with 2 out, 3-2 the count to Paul Goldschmidt. Frias now can go back to the windup. Carlos ready. 3-2 to Goldschmidt. Swung on, fouled away. Off to the Arizona dugout. Goldschmidt, an impressive looking man. The very first time you saw him back in 2011, he captured your eye. He's 6'3", 245 pounds. And when he first came up, he was already known as a great first ball hitter. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Frias delivers, and that's foul back. So with Yasmani Tomas on deck, Frias is just staying right on the plate against Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt, with all of his ability, is only 27 years old. He'd be 28 in September. And the boy from Cuba, Yasmani Tomas, waiting. 3-2 to Goldschmidt. Here comes Frias, and there's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So Goldschmidt continues to torment the Dodgers, and especially here. So that big throw by Grandal to nail Inciarte, that stifles Arizona. And Inciarte looks puzzled. He can't understand how they nailed him, but nail him they did. So Goldschmidt at first with 2 out, and Yasmani Tomas coming up. Tomas has hit safely 5 of the last 6, but for about 3 weeks he's been hitting .360. He had an 11-game hitting streak. Tomas, right-hand batter. Frias out of a stretch, comes to the plate, swung on, hit foul down the line, out of play. Goldschmidt over there at first base, and you realize he's a big man, 6'3", a good 240, 245, and he has stolen 9 out of 12, so you can't fall asleep with him over there at first base. Frias out of the stretch again, ready and comes to the plate. Little slider off the plate. Check swing strike for Tomas. 0-2 the count. Waiting on deck, hitting behind Tomas, David Peralta. Yasmani Tomas 6'1" and a good 230. The strike 2 pitch on the way is fouled off. Tomas signed for a huge contract. He's got all the headlines. He signed in November of last year at 24. Signed a 6-year deal for a little over $68 million. He's from Cuba. He was always figured to be one of the top 10 players in Cuba as far as major league potential. He will be 25 in November. Goldschmidt at first, 2 down, first inning, no score, time at the plate. Grandal wants to go out and talk to Frias. For Yasmani, and we're talking now Yasmani Tomas, the young Cuban has raw power. We mentioned it last night. The scouts have a scale for speed, for throwing, for just about rating everybody, and it's a scale 20 to 80. And on that scale, he is a 70 for raw power. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Here comes Frias, and the pitch down and dirty. Goldschmidt takes off late. He's not only into second base. There's an overthrow, but Goldie will stay there with a stolen base. So Goldschmidt, quick reaction, goes down to second, and Frias still not out of the inning, and he's made 18 pitches. Goldie was not going. The pitch in the dirt, then he took off, and the throw went into center field. So we'll see, because he wasn't going on the pitch, it'll be ruled a wild pitch, allowing him to go to second. So they had Inciarte cut down trying to steal. Now they have Goldschmidt advancing on a wild pitch. Inciarte still looking like, how in the world did they get me? And the pitch down and away. 2-2 the count. Frias has committed 2 wild pitches. Hard throwing, young, very promising pitcher. His ball never stops moving. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Say Arizona averaging about 5 runs a game against Western teams. Tomas swings and misses. Fastball down and away, and he's history. No runs, 2 hits, a man left, and at the end of half an inning, Arizona nothing, and the Dodgers coming up against Robbie Ray. Base hits, big play by Grandal to throw out Inciarte. But take a look at the Dodger lineup. Chris Heisey in center field, Yasiel Puig in right, Adrian Gonzalez at first, Howie Kendrick at second. Then you have Alex Guerrero in left, Yasmani Grandal the catcher, Kike Hernandez, Alberto Callaspo, and Carlos Frias. The left-hander on the mound, Robbie Ray, in his first pitch in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Robbie 1-0. He's from Brentwood, Tennessee, 6'2", 195, and he's only 23 years old. The next pitch off the plate, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. In his 11 innings so far in the big leagues, he's allowed 1 run with 9 strikeouts and 1 walk. Here's the 1-1 pitch, low, ball 2, 2-1. Robbie gets men out in scoring position. The hitters are hitting .077 with men in scoring position against him. The next one is foul back. So he has 2 strikes on Heisey, and that's another trademark for the young left-hander. He's faced 44 hitters, and he's gotten 2 strikes on 31 of them. Right-hand batters are hitting only .212 against him. And here he comes, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and it's foul back by Heisey. Dodger hitters against left-hand pitching, not so good. 3 wins, 6 losses. They're batting .248 as a team. They would be 10th in the National League, 18th in all of Major League Baseball in batting average against left-handers. 2-2 pitch on the way is taken low. Ball 3, 3-2. One of the nice moments, I'm sure, in his life, and for the D-backs as well, is when they announced the signing. They were bringing Robbie Ray up to the big leagues. 3-2 pitch inside, ball 4. Shortly after they made the announcement, Robbie Ray's mom tweeted out a prime photo of her son when Robbie was in Little League. The thing was, in the picture, he was in Little League and he was a Diamondbacks pitcher way back then. Well, he starts off with a walk to Heisey, and now here is Yasiel Puig, resting yesterday. You know, he had that tender leg. 3 for 7 since coming back, so holding on to a .300 batting average. Robbie at the belt, looking over at Heisey. Now to the plate, very high fastball, ball 1. 1-0. So Heisey at first, Puig at the plate, no score, bottom of the first inning. Giants won their ball game, but there's a big story involved in that game. We'll get to that in a little while. Ray said, another look at Heisey. Left-hander comes back and a half swing for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. The batting average against Robbie Ray in his first 50 pitches is .360. So they've been trying to get at him in very early. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Heisey held on at first by Goldschmidt. Robbie Ray at the belt. The bearded left-hander's fastball is flared into right field, base hit. Heisey hesitates and then holds on. A good throw coming in from Tomas. So Yasiel Puig, who is so strong, there'd be a lot of hitters on that who would be jammed and would have trouble getting the ball out of the infield. But Puig is so strong, he muscled it into right field for the base hit. Talking about base hits, Adrian Gonzalez has hit safely in 16 straight against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Jimmy Rollins, who homered last night, resting tonight, has hit safely in 19 straight at one time in his career. Alfonso Soriano 17, but Gonzalez is at it right now. So Adrian checking in, 2 on, nobody out, and again the Dodgers trying to make Robbie Ray pay in his first 50 pitches. So Ray in trouble here in the first inning. He had signed a letter of commitment to the University of Arkansas, but instead signed with the Washington Nationals. Ray looks in. Gonzalez waits at the plate. Left-hander a long look, now works low and inside to Gonzalez. 1 ball and no strikes. No score, bottom of the first inning, but the Dodgers starting something with first and second, nobody out. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Gonzalez starts to hit, holds up, and the pitch misses for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Dodgers are an extra base hitting club. They're second in all of baseball. They have 188 extra base hits. First in the National League, and Guerrero waiting his turn. 2-0 pitch on the way. Ray delivers a high fly ball into right center field. Racing over is Inciarte, and he takes it away from Tomas. Tagging up at second and moving to third is Chris Heisey. Tomas looked like the ball was going to be blown right into his glove. Instead, Inciarte, playing center field, just took it right away from him, and then left-handed got it back into the infield. So here's Inciarte, and you can see Tomas. The center fielder is always considered the captain, so he takes almost anything he can get to, and Inciarte left hands it back. So 1 out on the fly ball. Heisey is now at third, and the batter will be Howie Kendrick, coming off a good game last night. Howie had 3 singles, scored twice, knocked in 1. So Kendrick back, recovering from that sore knee. Ray with 1 away, set and delivers. Ground ball hard to short. They're going to get 1. It'll be turned for 2, and the Dodgers come up empty. So no runs, 1 hit, a man left, and at the end of an inning, no score. Goodness, the kids are here. It's great to see their enthusiasm. In the second inning, it'll be Johnny Peralta. Then it'll be Salty, as they call Jared Saltalamacchia, followed by Nick Ahmed. Frias got out of a little scrape in the first inning, as did Ray. And Carlos' first pitch is lined to right field, 1 hopper in front of Puig. So Peralta didn't hang around very long with a bullet into right field for a base hit. A final score today out of the New York Mets Stadium. Not only did the Giants beat the Mets 5-0, Chris Heston pitched a no-hitter. The fastball to Saltalamacchia. Chris Heston struck out Ruben Tejada for the last out of the game. And we'll give you a little background on Heston. First of all, Christopher Heston hails from Palm Bay, Florida. Selected in the 12th round by the Giants. He's the 3rd Giant rookie and the first in 103 years to throw a no-hitter. The 22nd rookie in Major League Baseball history to throw a no-hitter. Ironically, 2 years ago, Heston was designated for assignment and no one claimed him. We'll have a couple of more notes as we go along. The pitch swung on and fouled back by Salty. The Giants have 5 no-hitters since 2009, after going 33 years without one. There have now been 17 no-hitters in Giant history, including 2 by Christy Mathewson, 1 for Carl Hubbell, Juan Marichal, Gaylord Perry, and a few more as well. 1 ball and 1 strike to Salta LaMacchia. No score, second inning. Salty has a pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Since 2009, the no-hitters for the Giants: Jonathan Sanchez, Matt Cain a perfect game, Tim Lincecum twice pitching no-hitters, and now the rookie Curtis Heston. Another interesting note, the fact that they turned the no-hitter in New York. There goes Peralta, a high throw down, and that got him. So Yasmani Grandal, with that rifle arm, hurried it down there. It looked like it might have been too high to get the tag down, but Kike Hernandez did a good job of reaching up and then bringing it down. The pitch was in the dirt. Quick tag by Hernandez got him. So that's 2 to be chopped down at second base. Inciarte in the first inning, and now Peralta. 3-1 the count to Salta LaMacchia. Remember, we told you Arizona's a running ball club. They had 52 stolen bases coming in, second to Cincinnati. The next pitch to Salta LaMacchia, a strike. 3-2 the count. Frias ready now with 1 out. Back he comes. Line drive into center field for a base hit. So that's the 4th hit for Arizona, and the infield littered with Arizona runners. Well, that was really ripped. And the batter coming up will be Nick Ahmed. Another note, you know, the last Giant to throw a no-hitter in New York, for that matter in any of the boroughs, but Carl Hubbell, when the Giants played at the Polo Grounds in New York, Hub pitched his no-hitter against the Pirates way back in 1929. And for the Giants, they have 4 pitchers with no-hitters, including Lincecum twice. They have a pitching coach, Dave Righetti. He had a no-hitter when he pitched for the Yankees. So 2 base hits, but you have 1 out, a runner at first, and Ahmed takes low, ball 1. Ahmed, considered by his manager the best defensive shortstop in the National League, has done very well on the road. In 15 games on the road, Ahmed is hitting .318. A little earlier in May, he had a 9-game hitting streak. 1-0 pitch is a line drive base hit to center. So just like that, 5 hits for Arizona and nothing to show for it. Meanwhile, Frias is being cuffed around. 3 consecutive hits in the inning, but each time Arizona paying the price with their running game. So 2 on, 1 out, and every ball hit hard. It's not like there's a flare here and a blooper there. They've hit every one on the screws. So the pitcher, who bats 8th in the lineup according to Chip Hale, Robbie Ray, coming up with the bat in his 1 game, 0 for 3. 2 on, 1 out. We'll see now if they have him sacrifice, even though there is 1 out, and leave it up to the number 9 hitter, Cliff Pennington. Dodgers think so. Gonzalez up. Callaspo playing caddy corner. Sure enough, he shows bunt, and he takes ball 1. So Robbie Ray with a chance to get his ball club on the board by moving some runners along. He gives Frias a pretty good strike zone. Remember, he's 6'2". 1 ball and no strikes. He shows bunt again and bunts it well up along third. Callaspo has to pick it up, throw it to first for the out, and the runners advance to second and third. So you talk about doing a high wire act in a windstorm. That's Carlos Frias now as he faces Cliff Pennington. Pennington hasn't played much. Switch hitter, batting just .172, but he is certainly up there now to make a major contribution. Last year, Pennington wrecked a left thumb, missed about 8 weeks. A couple of years ago, he was bothered by Bell's palsy. He takes a strike. That's a condition in which a nerve causes usually temporary facial paralysis. And he had blurred vision, couldn't close his left eye for a couple of days. So that's the part of Cliff Pennington's story. Originally a first-round pick by the Oakland A's. The next pitch to him on the outside corner, and immediately Frias takes command. No balls and 2 strikes. Last year, limited service, Pennington had 2 home runs, hit .254. Switch hitter, checking in left-handed. Strike 2 pitch on the way, inside under the elbow, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Inciarte led off the game with a single, thrown out trying to steal. With 2 out, Goldschmidt singled, wild pitch to second, but Tomas struck out. Peralta opened the second inning with a base hit, cut down trying to steal. Saltalamacchia and Ahmed back-to-back singles. So they've had 3 hits in the inning, 5 hits in the game, and no score. Ray got the bunt down, so they have runners at second and third, and it's up to Pennington. Inciarte on deck. Frias ready in the 1-2 pitch in the dirt, gets away from Grandal, goes way over. 1 run will score, and rounding third and holding up is Ahmed. So on the wild pitch, Saltalamacchia comes in, and Arizona, after laboring, finally gets a run. So Frias with 2 wild pitches. That's quite a start for a game for a pitcher. 2 wild pitches and 5 hits. And he's given up a run here in the second inning. So Pennington up there, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Saltalamacchia had it easy, but Ahmed rounded third as if he was going to try to get in, and then jammed on the brakes. Frias off to what you would call conservatively a wobbly start, and the 2-2 pitch to Pennington way inside. That was a nice save. Grandal gesturing and then decides to go out to talk to him, and the gesture was, hey, take it easy, slow down, calm down. It's only the second inning. Frias really didn't feel like talking, but Grandal, I'm sure, went out there to say something like that in Spanish. Tranquilo. Anything but. 3-2 the count. Ahmed down the line from third, and the 3-2 pitch to Pennington, ground ball to third. Callaspo is on it, gets it over to Gonzalez, and so cheaply enough, 3 hits and a wild pitch for 1 run. And at the end of an inning and a half, Dodgers are down, Arizona 1, and the Dodgers nothing. finally breaks through to get a run, though they lead 1-0, bottom of the second inning. And the batters will be Guerrero, Grandal, and Hernandez. Guerrero took early outfield practice with Lorenzo Bundy before the game. He takes a pitch inside, ball one, 1-0 the count to Alex. Bundy hitting him fly balls, making him move around, giving him a chance to get adjusted out there. 1-0 pitch is fouled away, and the count 1-1 strike. Guerrero hitting .282, 10 home runs, 27 runs batted in. He has 5 hits as a pinch hitter, 3 home runs, and 7 runs batted in. The 1-1 pitch on the way. He looks and it's low. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. So Robbie Ray making his first appearance against the Dodgers. He had 5 scoreless innings against the Mets back on the end of May. The next pitch, a strike. Guerrero started, offer, and held up. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. The plate umpire, Phil Cuzzy. And Phil has certainly been around, been umpiring in the National League for 16 years. He's out of New Jersey as Guerrero fouls a pitch away. For Phil, a big thrill. He did the 2008 All-Star game at Yankee Stadium and the LCS series in 2005. The next pitch outside. It's been a while, over 12 years ago, Phil Cuzzy started the Robert Longo ALS Fund, which raises funds for patient care and research. Quite a guy. Another foul ball, foul back by Guerrero, and the count stays 3-2. Dodgers 3-6 against left-handers. They have Gonzalez, and then they have 2 switch hitters in Grandal and Callaspo. The next pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Guerrero. Strikeout number 1. In looking at Robbie Ray's work, he has 10 strikeouts and just 1 walk. That's in about 13 innings. So here's Yasmani Grandal, who would certainly appear on the numbers to be a better hitter left-handed than right. Certainly his power is on the left side. All 5 home runs hit left-handed. It lists him as a .250 hitter right-handed. Ray turns on the rubber. The strike 1 pitch is fouled off. So Grandal in a hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Looking back at his first start against the Mets, it was pretty interesting. Grandal takes high in the first inning. The Mets had runners at second and third and nobody out. And Ray got a called third strike, then a swinging strikeout, and a ground ball. Then he got into trouble again in the second inning. He gets it in there for a strike, and down goes Grandal. So after a troublesome first inning, he comes out in the second with back-to-back strikeouts. And with 2 down, Kike Hernandez coming up. The next inning against the Mets, there were runners at first and third and nobody out. He struck out the next hitter, got a pop fly, and then got a fly ball to end the inning. And that's the way he pitched. There's a ground ball hard up the middle, but Pennington is up with it, makes the play, and Kike didn't hang around. And the Dodgers go quickly in the second inning. And at the end of 2, it's Arizona 1 and the Dodgers nothing. we go to the third inning. Ender Inciarte, the leadoff man, will start it off. Then Jake Lamb and Paul Goldschmidt. Inciarte singled in the first inning, tried to steal second, and was thrown out. They have stolen 52 and they have been caught 19 times. So the Diamondbacks a running team for sure. And the first pitch swung on, short hop, one-handed, and Hernandez makes the play. So Inciarte, one pitch and one away, and the batter will be Jake Lamb. Be sure to be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance Thursday, June 18th, 7:10, Dodgers and Rangers, and pick up your Mike Marshall pin, number 4 in the Cy Young Pin Collector Series, presented by 76. For more information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. Talk about a pitcher appearing in a lot of games. Mike Marshall appeared in 116 games. Of course, he was a major in kinesiology, the study of muscle in action. He really had to put that to the test. Meanwhile, Lamb is up there, takes a strike, and the count 0-1. No balls and one strike. Arizona, a very, very aggressive team. And boy, the wind's really picked up. Next one on the outside corner. The flags are now at right angles to the pole. It was an early breeze, and a gust really shaped them up. The three sisters are doing a little dance back of left field. The next pitch is low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Being so aggressive, Arizona has 97 hits on the first pitch, and they're always, it seems like, hitting with a no ball 2 strike count. They steal on the first pitch. Frias saying no, now agrees, and the 1-2 pitch on the way is swung on, hit down the right field line, just on the chalk for an extra base hit, and Lamb into second base standing with a double. Boy, you couldn't cut it closer than that, but Jake hits it down the line and has a 1-out double. Not much Puig could do about that. And here comes Paul Goldschmidt. So Frias pitching one of those games. He's allowed 1 run. He's allowed 6 hits. He's had 2 wild pitches, and he has 1 strikeout as the ball lands inches inside the foul line. So Jake Lamb at second, and here's Goldie. He singled in the first inning, but that was after Inciarte had been thrown out trying to steal. And the pitch up and in for ball 1, 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Arizona is also first in the number of runs scored in the first 6 innings of a game. They do their damage early. They had 196 runs scored in the first 6 innings. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed, 1-1. As aggressive as they are, they're 12th in striking out. That's a little below the average. So the D-backs, 5.5 back, 3 games under 500. And the 1-1 pitch, ground ball to short. There's a play at first, and Hernandez takes it. He looked over as Lamb was going over to third and decided to take the out at first. So Jake Lamb advances to third. Goldie on a ground ball to shortstop. And now Yasmani Tomas struck out in the first inning. Yasmani Tomas, since early May, has just been blazing hot, batting .358 coming into this series. So he has his average now up to in the 320s, 329. First pitch is high and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Yasmani Tomas. On deck, David Peralta. Arizona with a 2-game losing streak. They've lost 5 of 7 to the Dodgers this year, and they have been pummeled here at Dodger Stadium. Tomas swings and misses a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count 1-1. Dodgers have beaten Arizona in Dodger Stadium 7 straight, and 11 of the last 12. Frias with a runner at third and 2 out, down 1-0. He's already committed 2 wild pitches. Carlos ready in the 1-1 pitch, and that's high, ball 2. 2-1. Carlos Frias is 6'4", but he's listed at about 170 pounds. So he's built like a knife. From Nagua in the Dominican Republic. 25 years old. He'll be 26 in November, and right now he has Jake Lamb at third. 2-1 pitch on the way. Hit foul upstairs off to the right. Tomas, coming into this game, had walked 8 times and struck out 32. Well, now it's 33. Nevertheless, he has piled up 49 hits, and he has 1 home run, which is a bit of a surprise. 21 runs batted in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frias out of his stretch. Lamb down the line from third. The pitch to Tomas. Ground ball to short. Hernandez stays with it, takes dead aim, and throws him out. So the Diamondbacks leave another at third, and at the end of 2.5 innings, lead the Dodgers 1-0. Arizona. The Dodgers began the day a game in front of the Giants. Chris Heston pitched a no-hitter for San Francisco against the New York Mets. So the Dodgers still trying to stay 1 in front. And Alberto Callaspo takes off the plate. Ball 1. 1-0. Robbie Ray turns. Lanky left-hander's next pitch very high. 2 balls and no strikes. Callaspo not playing very much. Hitting .209, takes down and away. He's a switch hitter with the Dodgers, batting left-handed. He's hit .278, but with a left-hander going, and Justin Turner down with a sore knee. Callaspo starts and draws a walk. 2 walks given up. High C to begin the game, and now Callaspo. The Ray has allowed 1 hit, walked 2, struck out 2, and here's Frias. There'll be a little meeting at the mound. Arizona thinking that Frias will be asked to bunt. He has 1 sacrifice. Otherwise, he is 0 for 13, striking out 8 of the 13 at bats. So Robbie Ray was asked to sacrifice, did, and it paid off with a wild pitch for the run. Now the Dodgers asked Frias to do the same thing, I think. Jake Lamb well in on the grass. Frias shows bunt, pulls the bat back. I'm not sure. I thought for a moment that might have hit him. And let's see. Yep. He was nicked by the pitch. So he tried to bunt. It got him just on the right arm, forearm, just below the elbow itself. So Frias hit by a pitch. And the Dodgers now first and second. Of course, being a right-hand pitcher, the Dodgers have to hope nothing adverse comes from that as far as his elbow is concerned. I think what Chip Hale came out to argue about very briefly, you know, if you swing at a pitch and the ball hits you, it's a strike, even though you've been hit by the pitch. So he wanted to know, did Frias actually try to bunt and he was then hit? Then it would have been a strike. So he was ready to bunt, then pulled the bat back. That was the big difference. Now Mike Hartke going out to the mound to talk to Robbie Ray, and the entire committee will meet. First and second, nobody out, and the leadoff man, Chris Heisey. From the looks of things, Frias appears to be okay. Whatever he's saying, grinning as he talks to Davey Lopes. Mike Hartke holding court. The pitch coming inside got him on the elbow, but there was no movement. He did not attempt to bunt it. So first and second, Dodgers get a break. Saw the Malakia telling the infield, knock the ball down, keep it in play. Chris Heisey walked, got to third in the first inning. But Heisey hasn't played very much, so we have no idea, will he bunt, can he bunt, but we're going to find out in a minute. Ray looks in to get a sign. Heisey wigwagging the bat behind his right ear. Now turns to bunt, runs up and takes a strike instead, and the count 0-1. Heisey again checking with Lorenzo Bundy to see if the bunt is on. You have Cayaspo at second, Frias at first, nobody out. Bottom of the third, Arizona leading 1-0. Robbie Ray at the belt. Another look back at second. Heisey takes this time, did not show bunt, and the count 1-1 strike. Hitting behind Heisey, Yasiel Puig, who singled in the first inning. All right, Robbie Ray, the left-hander, ready. Another look at the runners. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Full swing foul out of play. And the count 1-2. Heisey up and down. Came into the game hitting 190. He certainly knows his way to and from Oklahoma City. 1 run, 6 hits for Arizona. No runs, 1 hit for the Dodgers. Now the left-hander ready again. 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball popped up in fair ground, now in foul. It's the infield fly rule. The ball gathered in by Paul Goldschmidt, and that'll do it for Heisey. So he pops up, 1 away, and Yasiel Puig is single to right in the first inning coming up. Puig was jammed, but he's so darn strong that what might have been just a little pop fly or a weak ground ball, he just muscled the thing into right field. So Yasiel hitting .314, 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in. Two on, 1 out. Puig at the plate. Wind blowing hard left to right. And the first pitch swung on and missed. 0-1. Yasiel Puig has reached base in all but 1 game this year. Hit his first home run of the season, and it was against Arizona the middle of April. No balls and 1 strike. Ray at the belt. Robbie delivers. Big chopper down to third base. The only play is to first, and the runners move up. So Puig taps to third. 2 down. First base open. Adrian Gonzalez coming up with Howie Kendrick on deck. 2 out in the third. 1-0 Arizona. Dodgers had first and second in the first inning. Then with an out, first and third. But Kendrick hit into a double play. They went out in order in the second, and now they have runners at second and third. 2 out here in the third, trailing 1-0. Adrian Gonzalez flied to center in the first inning. Adrian hitting .327. Ray at the belt. Now the left-hander delivers. Fastball for a high strike at 95 miles an hour. 0-1 the count. Ray again taking plenty of time with first base open. And the strike one pitch on the way. Fastball inside. So first the fastball up and away for a strike. Then the next one down and in. 1-1 the count. Robbie, 23 years old. He'll be 24 October 1. Left-hander at the belt. And the 1-1 pitch to Adrian Gonzalez swung on and fouled away. And the count 1-2. Well, wind rarely is a factor at Dodger Stadium, but tonight it could be. I mean, the wind is blowing pretty hard, left to right. Sometime during the night, either a ball will get up and be cut down by it, or it will aid one. The 1-2 pitch coming up to Adrian Gonzalez. Robbie Ray delivers down and blocked nicely by Saltalamacchia, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Saltalamacchia, the longest name in the game. Luckily, he has that easy nickname to remember, Salty, and that saves a lot of problems. So deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. 1-0 Arizona. Ray ready. Here he comes on the hands. Ground ball to first. Goldie will take it to the bag, and the Dodgers blow a good chance and leave runners at second and third. The inability to get a bunt down certainly changed the inning. So no runs, no hits, 2 left. And at the end of 3, it's 1-0 Arizona. With an EPA estimated 30 highway MPG, this car was made for driving in California. Visit Dodge.com today. 4th inning, 1-0 Arizona. Carlos Frias getting ready to pitch to David Peralta, then Saltalamacchia and Ahmed. And remember, the pitcher for Arizona bats 8th. Peralta singled and was thrown out trying to steal. Arizona with 6 hits, and they've had 2 runners out trying to steal second base. And ball 1 to Peralta. Finished up late last night in left field. Gets a chance to start tonight. Foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Peralta's from Carabobo in Venezuela. Was originally signed by the Cardinals as a pitcher. Pitched for 3 years, and they finally released him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chopper to Gonzalez. He can do it himself. 1 away.
Number 8, Jared Saltalamacchia.
Carlos Frias trying to settle down. He's been pitching out of the stretch, allowing 6 hits. He's also had 2 wild pitches. And now here's Jared Saltalamacchia. Off speed for a strike. Nice slow breaking ball. Saltalamacchia was originally drafted by the Braves. He's big man, 6'4", 235 pounds. 0-2. Saltalamacchia playing baseball just about all his life since he was about 4 years old. Oh and 2. Ball 1. He wanted to play football, and of course he's certainly big enough to do that, but his father would not allow it. 1-2 to Salty. 2-2. Waiting on deck, hitting back of him, Nick Ahmed, the shortstop. And the count his way. So Frias going all the way to Saltalamacchia. Lamacchia committed to Florida State. He got the advice, if you don't go first round, go to school. The Braves picked him in the first round, so he never did get to go to Florida State. Went to Royal Palm Beach High School. 3-2, and down he goes. That was off speed with the slider instead of that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. That'd be the second strikeout. Great pitch.
Number 13.
And the batter now, Nick Ahmed, the shortstop. Two out, 4th inning, 1-0 Arizona. And first ball swinging, fly ball into right center. The wind is bringing that right over to Puig. It was blowing it away from Heisey, but it was room service as far as Puig was concerned. So down go the D-backs 1-2-3 for the first time tonight, but they lead 1-0. It's Wednesday, June 17th. Dodgers and Rangers at 7:10, and you'll receive your own Dodger Beach Bag presented by Avita Water. For more information, go to Dodgers.com/promotions. Bottom of the fourth inning, 1 run, 6 hits for Arizona. No runs, 1 hit for the Dodgers. A single to right by Yasiel Puig. Robbie Ray in trouble in the first inning, got out of it by Howie Kendrick hitting into a double play. And then after a walk and a hit batter in the third, he got Heisey, Puig, and Gonzalez without the runners scoring. Ball 1 to Howie. Kendrick hitting .291. Two balls and no strikes. Two and 1. Howie had that sprained right knee. Came back on the June the 3rd and went on to go 3 for 4 with an RBI single, and he was certainly welcome back. 3-1 the count. Howie has done very well, especially here at Dodger Stadium. The 3-1 pitch fouled away. At the start of the game tonight, Howie Kendrick hitting .342 at Dodger Stadium. And as far as Arizona is concerned, he's been on base against them in all 7 previous games. And down he goes. So Robbie Ray working a nice easy 3 1/3 has picked up his 3rd strikeout. And he'll now face Alex Guerrero, whom he struck out in the 2nd inning. Breaking ball whacked into left field. So that was an off-speed pitch, and a pitch certainly that Guerrero could sit on, and probably bangs it into left. So the Dodgers get the tying run aboard. That is the 2nd hit they've manufactured against Ray, and it'll bring up Yasmani Grandal. So Guerrero, clean single. Grandal struck out in the 2nd inning. And that's whacked foul. No balls and 1 strike. Grandal, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Checking with Lorenzo Bundy. Dodgers have gotten people aboard 3 of the 4 innings. Retired in order in the 2nd inning. 0-1. Guerrero has not been involved in a stolen base. One out, 4th inning, 1-0 Arizona. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Dodgers getting their first look at a young left-hander, Robbie Ray. Fastball low. 2-1. We mentioned the opposition in the first 50 pitches, averaging a .360 batting average. He's now gone on. This will be his 54th pitch. And it's whacked down the line, and it will go foul. So Grandal still looking for a home run, hitting right-handed, and checking again with Lorenzo Bundy on a 2-ball, 2-strike count. For Robbie Ray, he has not allowed a home run. Then again, he's only pitched about 15 innings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball hit to right. Right there is Tomas. Holding on at first is Guerrero. So with 2 down, Kike Hernandez coming up.
14, Kike Hernandez.
Hernandez grounded out in the 2nd inning, rolling one to Cliff Pennington, the second baseman. So Kike 0 for 1. Hernandez from San Juan, Puerto Rico. 5'11", about 175. Originally signed by the Astros. Oh and 1. Alberto Callaspo on deck. Hernandez can play just about anywhere, and he has proven that already this year. In the dirt, 1-1. Hernandez has made 2 starts in center field, 2 in left field, a couple in right field, shortstop, second base. Two and 1 to count. The only run came in the 2nd inning on 3 singles. Arizona had base hits from Peralta, Saltalamacchia, Ahmed, and a wild pitch got the run home. 3 and 1 now with Callaspo on deck. Ray walked Callaspo in the 3rd inning and then hit Frias in a bunt situation. Three balls and 1 strike, 2 out, 4th inning. Dodgers trying to get something going here, down 1-0. And ball 4 and a fastball away. So the Dodgers had 1st and 3rd in the 1st inning. They had 1st and 3rd in the 3rd inning, and now they have 1st and 2nd here in the 4th, and still unable to break through against Robbie Ray. So here's the veteran Alberto Callaspo from Maracay in Venezuela. Originally signed by the Angels, then went on to the Royals, and came back to the Angels, then the A's, the Braves, and now with the Dodgers. Callaspo, switch hitter, batting right-handed. And a strike. So you have Guerrero at 2nd, Hernandez at 1st, 2 out. 1-0 Arizona in the 4th. Dodgers have beaten Arizona 4 straight here and 5 of the 7 meetings this year. 0-1. And an off-speed pitch for a strike. 0-2. And whacked into left field. Charging, racing, and making the catch is David Peralta. What a fine play by the Arizona left fielder. If that gets by him, both Dodger runners score. Take another look at that. Peralta, with the ball hit to his gloved side, had that one gauged all the way. So the Dodgers lead 2 in the 4th, and it's still 1-0 Arizona. On the next Backstage Dodgers, you go behind the scenes. Pitcher Josh Raven makes his major league debut for his hometown team. Plus, pitcher Juan Nicasio enjoys dinner at his favorite restaurant in Denver. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers Thursday at 7, only on Sportsnet LA. Robbie Ray, hitting 8th in the lineup, takes a strike. He sacrificed in the 7th inning. 0-2. Going into this game, Ray only had 3 major league at-bats. He was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And down he goes. Strikeout number 3 for Carlos Frias. And the batter now, Cliff Pennington. It worked out well for Chip Hale, and I'm sure he put a lot of thought into it. When he made out his starting lineup, he had Ray batting 8th, and he put Pennington batting 9th. So it worked out perfectly. He had Ray sacrifice and Pennington come up. There was a wild pitch to score a run, and then Pennington hit the ball hard, but grounded to third for the last out. So Cliff 0 for 1. On deck, a fellow who's been giving the Dodgers fits this year, Ender Inciarte. 1 ball and 1 strike. I see a few raindrops. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And popped in the air. It will be Callaspo, the third baseman. So quickly 2 out here in the 5th inning. And the batter, Ender Inciarte. Inciarte coming up is 11 for 30 against the Dodgers this year. That's a .367 batting average. The top hitters against the Dodgers this year, well, Brandon Crawford hitting .458 with the Giants. Johnny Peralta .440, the shortstop with the Cardinals. Then you get down to Paul Goldschmidt hitting .379 and Inciarte .367. And a strike. Ender Inciarte from Venezuela, 5'11". Not a big man at all, maybe 165 to 170. Callaspo plays in on the grass. 1 ball and 1 strike. Carlos Frias settling down now after a rocky 2 innings. He gave up a double to Jake Lamb in the 3rd, but he's gotten everybody since. 7 in a row. 2-1 to count to Inciarte with Jake Lamb on deck. Two and one. Chopper wide to third through the hole into left field. So Inciarte continues to give the Dodgers a bad time. He's 2 for 3 tonight. And again now he is a threat to steal. He's stolen 8. He's been caught 5. And when he was thrown out in the 1st inning, we kept looking over there with the camera, and he looked absolutely confused, puzzled how he could possibly have been thrown out. But Grandal just threw an arrow down to second base. So let's see now with Jake Lamb, fly to left, double to right. Pulled on the ground right to Adrian. So that'll do it in the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And at the end of 4.5, it's still 1-0 Arizona. your Southern California Toyota dealers. Now, during Toyota's summer savings, you can save big on any 2015 Camry. And by Jack in the Box. Taste the new black pepper cheeseburger today, only at Jack in the Box. 1-0 in favor of Arizona. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Carlos Frias just tried to bunt for a base hit and fouled it over the screen. Trying to bunt again, got it down, and Salty will throw him out. The ball is dropped, but let's see. Are they going to call it after the out? Yes. So Frias is out. Don Mattingly will come out and appeal the call. The crew chief, the senior umpire, Jerry Davis, at first. So Mattingly is talking to the plate umpire, Phil Cuzzy, rather than appeal to the first base umpire. There's the catch, and then he just drops it. But look where Frias is. He's way inside the lane. So he was out twice. So Frias is down. 1 out. And the batter will be Chris Heisey. Heisey has walked and popped up 0 for 1. Oh, and 1 on that fastball. The raindrops are magnified more by the lights, but there are more raindrops now than just a few moments ago. 0 and 2. Well, a nice light rain, something like this, that'd be a gift. One ball and 2 strikes. I think if I understood the weatherman, there was a Hurricane Blanca, and then it turned into a tropical storm, and we've gotten some rain. Check swing for a strike, so down goes Heisey, and we have 2 down in the 5th inning.
Number 66, Yasiel
4
Puig.
strikeouts for Rob Ray. And now Yasiel Puig coming up. Puig singled to right and grounded to third. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 1-0 Arizona. And that's going to go foul out of play. Way back in the 2nd inning, Peralta led off with a single and was thrown out trying to steal. Saltalamacchia followed with a base hit. Nick Ahmed had a base hit. Ray sacrificed, and there was a wild pitch scoring Saltalamacchia, and that's it. 1-0 Arizona. One ball and 1 strike. Big bounce to the short. Nice big hop for Ahmed. So the Dodgers go very quickly in the 5th inning. And at the end of 5, it remains Arizona 1 and the Dodgers nothing. marquee matchup. You had Orel Hershiser on his way to leading the Dodgers to the World Championship and picking up the Cy Young Award. And right up there in the marquee with him was the great Nolan Ryan. 7 years earlier, Ryan had pitched a no-hitter against the Dodgers. Who won? The Dodgers came from behind, won the game 4-2. Let's go back to this one. Oh and 1 to count. Hershiser went 8 innings in that game. Nolan Ryan went 6. High fly ball down the right field line. Wynn playing tricks with it, and Puig thought he had a play, and the wind just blew it away from him. So Paul Goldschmidt back up there. So that's a big break. What might have been an out. The wind, well, gone with the wind. 0-2 the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Frias hitting 95. You might wonder, Goldschmidt hitting 341 in his career here. Who's the best hitter in the history of Dodger Stadium? Ground ball. Adrian, nice pick. Overhands to Frias. One away. Of all the visiting players who came thundering through Dodger Stadium since 1962, the greatest hitter here would be the late Roberto Clemente. Clemente with Pittsburgh had a career batting average at Dodger Stadium of .377. And like Goldschmidt, Clemente was not only drafted by the Dodgers, they had him. He played in Montreal. The Dodgers, I think, tried to hide him, and that was a bad decision. The Pirates got him, and the rest is history. A drive to right center, the wind blowing it, and Puig's going to catch up to it. If that ball is hit on a calm night, that's at least a double. It wasn't exactly room service, however. He really had to work for it, but it was the wind that allowed him to catch up to that fastball off the bat of Yasmani Tomas. Into the pads he goes. Another nice play by Yasiel. So he had a good one by Gonzalez. Now this one by Puig. And the batter is Johnny Peralta. A chopper to Adrian, and just like that, bingo. The inning is over. That's one of the quicker innings. There were 6 pitches made to get the 3 batters. And at the end of 5.5, it's 1-0 Arizona. Fireworks on the 4th of July with the Dodgers playing the New York Mets. Stay after the game, see the sky light up with a spectacular 4th of July fireworks show presented by Cirque du Soleil. For more information, go to Dodgers.com/promotion. Robbie Ray doing a great job so far as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Gonzalez, Kendrick, and Guerrero. Old Glory rippling in the breeze. Gonzalez flied to center, grounded to first, shows bunt, takes a big slow curveball for a strike. What have the Diamondbacks pitching staff done pretty well this year? Well, among other things, the bullpen has been winning games. Their bullpen has won 14 games, 0-2. They also do very well, does the pitching staff. They win games after a loss. And they lost last night, and they've come back to win. That would be 15 victories following a loss. 1-2 the count, Adrian. The bullpen has a lot of strikeouts. In fact, 181. The Arizona starting pitching has only lost 15. That's way below the average. 1-2 the count. And going the other way, but Peralta on the dead run picks it off. So Gonzalez lines to left, and we have one out. The Dodgers have 2 hits. A single by Yasiel Puig in the first inning, and a 1-out single by Alex Guerrero in the 4th. Another thing that the Arizona pitching staff has gotten a boost from the offense. Starting pitchers have been saved from a loss 9 times. Coming back to save the starter who had to leave. One ball and no strikes. Fouled away. Another thing about Arizona, and they've had a very tough schedule. They're 5.5 games back of the Dodgers, but Chip Hale, if he studies his schedule, and you know he has, among other things, the Diamondbacks have played 18 games this year against clubs with a record below 500. They have played 37 games against clubs with a record above 500. So against the below average clubs, they've done well. A drive to right, going back on the ball is Tomas at the wall, hits it and kicks up and in. And Howie Kendrick has just tied up the game. To Howie Kendrick, who had 3 hits last night, hits his 6th home run of the year, 25 runs batted in. And the game is tied at 1. Take another look. It was on the outside part of the plate. Howie went with it. The wind, I'm sure, helped a great deal and pushed it out. The flags are stiff on the poles in dead center. So we figured that that wind would do a couple of things. It certainly helped the Dodgers get Goldschmidt out. Blew a ball foul and then got him on a ground ball, and then Kendrick hits the home run to tie up the game. Now the interesting thing for young Robbie Ray, twice in his young career he's gone 6 innings. He has never done more than that. And here he is in the bottom of the 6th inning. He's made 83 pitches, not bad. 11 pitches so far in the 6th. And a high fly ball. Inciarte with the wind playing with it. 2 down. Take another look at the Howie Kendrick home run. Howie getting it up in the air, and as soon as it got up like that, I think without the wind it's an out. With the wind, a home run. There are no asterisks about home runs. The distance doesn't make any difference. 481 or 300 and something. Line drive by the diving Ahmed. The Grandal comes up with a single. And the ball's hit pretty hard here in the inning. Gonzalez, a line drive to Peralta. The home run, and now the single. And the batter will be Kike Hernandez. Hernandez with the bat grounded out and walked. Meeting at the mound, and Mike Harkey going out there to find out what's going on. Down in the bullpen, Andrew Chafin begins to loosen up in the Arizona bullpen. Chafin to get in the game. Young left-hander in a 1-1 tie. Since Robbie Ray is batting 8th, he will bat 3rd, or due to bat 3rd, in the 7th inning. 85 pitches for young Robbie Ray, who's been very impressive, very much so. His last game against the Mets, he made 110 pitches in 5 innings. So he's in the 80s here in the bottom of the 6th. 0-1 to Hernandez. One and one. 1 run, 7 hits for Arizona. 1 run, 4 hits for the Dodgers. One and two. You figure with Arizona and the Dodgers, you'd see a lot of runs. Arizona coming in 267 runs, first place. Dodgers right behind them, 259. Fastball hit up into the wind. Inciarte makes the catch. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 swing of the bat by Howie Kendrick. That's all he needed to get a pitch up and away. Hits the top of the wall and goes out. And the Dodgers, struggling for 5, finally score. The few raindrops that we had have diminished. There's still a light misty type rain. You can barely see it unless you put the cameras up against the lights. Saltalamacchia has singled, struck out, scored the run on a wild pitch in the 2nd inning. Two balls and no strikes. Chafin is not throwing in the Arizona bullpen. And remember, the pitcher is due up third in the inning. Little ground ball to Gonzalez. Flips it to Frias. One away. Tell you one thing, it's the first time we've seen Robbie Ray, and he's a fine young pitcher. How about this? With runners in scoring position, the opposition is hitting .053 against him. 1 for 19. The Dodgers tonight are 0 for 6. Meanwhile, Chafin is up, and Adam Libator gets up for the Dodgers. 1-1 in the 7th. Ahmed singled, fly to right, and a base hit sharply to center field. So Ahmed is 2 for 3. 1 run, 8 hits for Arizona. 1 run, 4 hits, and actually 1 run on 1 swing of the bat. The home run by Howie Kendrick. Ahmed has stolen 2 bases. He's also been caught twice. Ray showing bunt. Again with the pitcher batting 8th in the lineup. Got the bunt down. The only play is to first, to Kendrick. So the sacrifice works. Ray did that back in the 2nd inning, and he got a run when a wild pitch followed. So 2 out, runner at second base, and here's Cliff Pennington, who has grounded to third and popped to third. So it's worked out nicely for Chip Hale, batting his pitcher 8th. Came up in the 2nd inning with 2 on, sacrifice to bring up Pennington. Came up in the 7th inning with 1 on and 1 out. He sacrificed. So Pennington is given another shot at trying to drive in a run. 1-1, 7th inning, 2 out. Pickoff but no throw. Final score, the Braves edged the Padres 6-5. San Diego began the day 3.5 games behind the Dodgers. The Rockies are edging the Cardinals 3-2 in the 7th inning. Fouled away. And if you've been listening to and watching the ball game or listening to the news with sports, I'm sure they're reporting the no-hitter by Chris Heston of the Giants in New York against the Mets. No balls and 1 strike to Pennington. Time. Chris Owings normally plays second. Pennington getting a chance to play. Owings last night went 0 for 4, striking out 3 times. Fastball sinks. 1 ball and 1 strike. When the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the 7th inning, Callaspo, then Frias, and Heisey. So this could be Carlos Frias' last inning. 1-1. Fastball missed at 96. For Frias, this is the rare game where he's pitched exceptionally well at Dodger Stadium. It's the kind of a game he's been pitching on the road. Two and one. Grandal and Frias. Earlier, Grandal went to the mound, and I don't think Frias wanted to talk to him. Now they put their heads together with 2 out, a tiebreaker at second, and Nick Ahmed. Yimi Garcia now gets up. Libator is not throwing, but he's up and moving around. So I think he'll join Garcia. Meanwhile, 2-1 the count on Cliff Pennington, and the raindrops have come back again. Fastball missed. Trying to hit the corner with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And on deck for the Dodgers is a pain in the neck. Ender Inciarte. 2 for 3 and just wearing them out. Big pitch now to Pennington. 3-1. And a strike. Remember, Inciarte is hitting .367 against the Dodgers, and he's on deck. So this is a big pitch. 3-2. One run, 8 hits for Arizona. 1 run, 4 hits for the Dodgers. Home run by Howie Kendrick. And ball 4. So that might prove to be a big pitch. First and second, and it allows Inciarte to have another shot.
Number 5, Ender Inciarte.
Inciarte singled to center in the first inning, grounded to short in the third, single to left in the fifth, and here comes Mattingly, probably with a hook. Right. He gestures to third base umpire Will Little to go to the pen, and you would expect that he would bring in Garcia to face Inciarte, but we will see. So that'll do it for Frias. A strong game, allowing just 1 run, but he comes out in some trouble, and we'll be right back. By Nissan. Get to Nissan's ride of your life for exciting performance and surprising offers. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by Subway. Download the Subway Restaurants app and lose the weight when you pick up your order. It's Subway made simple. 2 on, 2 out, 7th inning. Frias gives way. Adam Liebertor was warming up in the bullpen. Then he stopped throwing. Ivy Garcia began to throw, but they bring in Liebertor with the left-hand batters Inciarte and Lamb back to back. And of course, Adam had the 8 warm-up tosses as well on the mound. So Inciarte 2 for 3 in a 1-1 tie, 7th inning. Shows bunt, takes a strike. In the inning with 1 out, Ahmed singled to center. And with 2 out, Pennington walked. Frias can't win, but he doesn't want to lose, and those runners belong to him. 0-1. Oh, and 2. In the lineup tonight against Frias, they had 4 left-hand batters plus 2 switch hitters. So at least they had 6 left-handers at any time. No balls, 2 strikes. Ahmed at second, Pennington at first, 2 out. Got it. So Liberatore comes in and strikes out Inciarte. Arizona leaves 2. Carlos Frias, a round of applause for Liberatore. And for Arizona, the struggle and for Robbie Ray continues in a 1-1 tie. One tie, bottom of the 7th inning. Alberto Callaspo to start and a strike. Callaspo due to be followed by Liberatore. No one in the on deck circle right now. Off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. The rules require someone always to be in the on deck circle. Callaspo hits a ball to right field. Tomas is there. 1 away. Jimmy Rollins, who was in the corner, comes up to hit. Are you old enough to remember when the pitcher was due up, he would never be in the on deck circle? They would always have the leadoff batter take his place to fulfill the rule. And they finally decided that's not fair. The pitcher should be out there in the heat or whatever along with everybody else. Well, here's Jimmy Rollins now batting for Liberatore. Jimmy hit that big 3-run home run last night. Rested tonight. So 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning. On deck, Chris Heisey. And a strike. Well, for the Dodgers, they have never seen Robbie Ray before. They have to be impressed. Another strike. 0-2. Robbie Ray had 11 innings under his belt coming in here. He's been terrific. Carlos Frias matched him, although it was a little wobbly in the beginning. Robbie Ray is 23. He'll be 24. Ray, by the way, backed up now. Andrew Chafin, the left-hander. Addison Reed, the right-hander. One out, 7th inning. 1-1 tie. Took a lot off that pitch. So Ray had never gone more than 6. And he is now out there in the 7th. 97 pitches. Chip Hale going with the talented young left-hander for sure. And hit in the air to center. Inciarte is right there. So Rollins hits the ball hard, but right at the center fielder. 2 down in the 7th inning. And Chris Heisey walked in the 1st inning, popped up in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. One run, 8 hits for Arizona. 1 run, 4 hits for the Dodgers. Arizona had 5 hits plus 2 wild pitches in the first 2 innings. And were fortunate to get 1 run. Dodgers couldn't do anything with Ray until Howie Kendrick homered to right. So Chip Hale on the phone, checking on his pen. 2 balls, no strikes. Missed again. 3-0 to Heisey with Yasiel Puig on deck. And ball 4. So Heisey gets a big walk. 3 walks and a hit batter, and now that might be it. Let's see. Addison Reed, the right-hander, will probably be called in to face Yasiel Puig. A very impressive start. First time the Dodgers had a look at him. Robbie Ray from Brentwood, Tennessee. Here comes Addison Reed, and we'll be back. In true HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices with MLB.TV Premium, real-time highlights, look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more. Every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply, so visit MLB.TV for details. Addison Reed, the veteran who made his mark with the Chicago White Sox and then came over to the D-backs last year. Went to San Diego State. He's from Etiwanda, California. That's almost next door to Rancho Cucamonga. So 1-1, 7th inning. Throw to first, keeping an eye on Heisey. Addison Reed, 6'4", 215, going head-to-head with Yasiel Puig in a very, very light rain. Oh, and 1. Reed was the closer for the White Sox, had as many as 40 saves. So he's accustomed to the pressure. Fastball as high as 98. Slider and a changeup has some sink to it. 0-1 the count. Puig has singled to right, grounded to third, grounded to short. Addison will be 27 years old 2 days after Christmas. Originally a third-round pick by the White Sox back in 2010. 0-1. Fastball whacked into left center. On his way to third is Housey. Getting the ball back in is Inciarte, and Puig with a belly whopper into second base. So Yasiel Puig, a 2-out double, putting Heisey at third. Got a fastball above the knees right out over the plate. For Puig, that was a lollipop. So Heisey goes to third, Inciarte gets it back in, but Puig still figures he can make two, and he does. Second and third, 2 outs. Adrian Gonzalez will be the batter. Now Andrew Chafin, the left-hander, is throwing in the bullpen. They also have Daniel Hudson. So let's see, will they bring Chafin in to face Gonzalez? Second and third, 2 out in the seventh. No, they will stay with Addison Reed. Reed always wanted to be a pitcher, but he didn't want to be a Greg Maddux. He wanted to be a Trevor Hoffman. Well, he's done a very good job in that role, and now he's in trouble. Second and third, 2 out. They will walk Gonzalez, and on deck is Howie Kendrick. So the Dodgers wind up getting 2 walks in the inning. Puig's double, and now the intentional walk will load the bases. Hale is checking. He had Daniel Hudson, a right-hander, and the left-hander Andrew Chafin. Chafin's not throwing, Hudson is, but Reed is usually the man in the middle anyway. All right, ball 4. Adrian takes the walk. Howie Kendrick grounded into a double play, struck out, and then hit the home run to right field to tie up the game. So Chip Hale staying with his closer, Addison Reed. Howie Kendrick back in the 6th inning, hit one on top of the right field fence, and it kicked on up into the pavilion. Oh, and 1. Addison Reed used to chew tobacco, and when he got the news that his San Diego State coach Tony Gwynn had passed away due to throat cancer, he knew exactly what he was going to do. Ground ball up the middle. Here comes 1 run brought in by Heisey. Here comes Puig, and the ball gets away from Inciarte. Kendrick drives in a couple. Gonzalez now at third, and the Dodgers lead 3-1. So a 2-out walk to Chris Heisey is the undoing for Arizona. So Howie Kendrick, 2 for 4, now has 3 runs batted in. Inciarte trying to get to the ball, overran it. We'll see whether they're going to pin him with an error or not. Gonzalez standing at third, 2 runs in the bank. 1 run, Heisey, belongs to Ray. So it's a base hit and the error allowing Gonzalez to go to third. So Puig, who doubled, is charged to Reed. Heisey, who walked, is charged to Ray. Foul back. Guerrero has struck out, singled, and flied to center. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Dodgers, 1 run, 8 hits for Arizona. Fastball at the knees. So a 2-out walk to Chris Heisey. That's the undoing. And then Howie Kendrick, as usual, coming up with a clutch base hit, driving all 3 Dodger runs tonight. Foul back. Dodgers trying to keep pace. The Giants won today in New York. Chris Heston, their young rookie pitcher, pitched a no-hitter. The Dodgers trying to pick up a win tonight and remain 1 game in front of San Francisco. 0-2. The paid attendance tonight, 37,738. 37,738. Played in a mist-like rain. 1-2. Another foul ball. Hellickson and Anderson tomorrow night, the concluding game of the homestand. Dodgers will be playing in San Diego Friday night. Then they'll go to Texas Monday and Tuesday of next week and come back to play Texas and San Diego here. 2-2. Slider down and away. So Reed gave up the double to Puig. Walked Gonzalez, only to give up a single to Kendrick. Yasiel Puig, as usual, right in the middle of things. Carlos Frias not involved in the decision. And a fly ball to left field. On his horse is Peralta, and David makes a great play. The Guerrero losing a base hit. The Dodgers would have scored at least another. But they have 2 big runs provided by Howie Kendrick as he slashes one up the middle for a base hit. 2 runs scored, and we're heading to the 8th. Dodgers 3, Arizona 1. Of Howie Kendrick, who hit a home run in the 6th inning to tie up the game, and his single to center drove in 2 in the 7th inning to give the Dodgers a 3-1 lead. Andre Ethier will take over in left field for Alex Guerrero, and Ethier will bat 9th. And the new pitcher, Yimi Garcia, he will go in Guerrero's spot. So Garcia, the 3rd Dodger pitcher, Frias, then Liberatore, who made only 3 pitches and is technically the pitcher of record. The Liberatore with 3 pitches could pick up a win. Garcia getting ready. It'll be Lamb, Goldschmidt, and Tomas in that order. Jake Lamb flied to left, double to right, grounded to first. Jake's 1 for 3. Lamb was reinstated from the DL. He had a stress reaction of the left foot. Okay now. Ball 1. In the 10 games before he had the foot problem, Lamb was hitting better than .400. 1 ball and no strikes. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Strike. Jimmy Garcia coming in to do the job now, to get the ball to Kenley Jansen. Not an easy trick. 1-1. Ball 2. For Garcia, his last game, he pitched an inning and a third Sunday against the Cardinals. The opposition is hitting .198 against him, and the leadoff hitter against him is batting .167. That's popped in the air. A trio of Dodgers. It will be whom? It will be Callaspo. So 1 out in the 8th, and Paul Goldschmidt coming up, and of course that made Lamb a very, very important hitter. If Goldschmidt is the possible tying run, now you get the hitter in front of him. Paul, 340, 16 home runs, 47 runs batted in. And a strike. Goldie's already tied for 6th place on Arizona's all-time home run list. He's tied with Matt Williams. 0-1. And a drive to right. Puig is there. Two out in the 8th inning. Yasmani Tomas coming up, struck out, grounded out, then hit that ball to right field, and Puig made a wonderful defensive play. So Tomas 0 for 3. Three runs, 6 hits for the Dodgers, 1 run, 8 hits for Arizona, and the Dodgers trying to put it to the Diamondbacks again. Ground ball to the hole, a sliding stop, a desperate effort, but no chance. Great effort by Kike, but it's a 2-out single for Tomas. David Peralta will be coming up. Take another look. Kike not going to quit on it. Even twisted and turned, he throws to first. Great effort. So now here's Peralta, single to right, grounded to first twice, and Rick Honeycutt wants to make sure Garcia exactly knows how the Dodgers want to face him as Kenley Jansen gets up. 2 out, 8th inning, and the batter is the potential tying run. Peralta, as far as hitting a home run, well, he has 5. David, 27 runs batted in. And after Peralta, you have the switch hitting catcher, Stella Lamacchia. David Peralta, we mentioned earlier, was a pitcher for 3 years. He was 5-8. His ERA was 4.5, and the Cardinals didn't think that he'd make it as a pitcher, so they released him. He went back to Venezuela thinking, all right, I didn't make it as a pitcher, but nobody said I can't make it in another position. And good for him. He fought his way back. He's an outfielder, and here he is. Peralta, 27 years old. and a strike. Last year, David was at Arizona and Mobile. He had 8 home runs last year for the D-backs. 2 out, 8th inning, 3-1 Dodgers. High chopper over the mound. Hernandez on the bag, and that'll be that. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Garcia did his job. He's gotten the ball to Kenley Jansen. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 favor the Dodgers. Left-hander Andrew Chafin coming in. Andrew from Wakeman, Ohio, went to Kent State. He had Tommy John surgery in 2010. Eventually fought his way to the D-backs last year. He was bouncing around last year. The Diamondbacks, then Reno and Mobile. And here he is with Arizona and a good 4-0 record. Chafin basically fastball, slider, changeup. Slider's very good. Andrew, as far as his age is concerned, he'll be 25. In fact, he just turned 25. Chafin getting ready. It'll be Yasmani Grandal, then Kike Hernandez, and Alberto Callaspo. Grandal, 2 great throws in the first 2 innings to cut down base stealers. Inciarte in the first inning and Peralta in the second. Fastball hit in the air to right field. Tomas. 1 pitch, 1 away in the 8th. When the Arizona Diamondbacks come up in the 9th inning, they are due to bring up Salta Lamacchia, the catcher, Ahmed, the shortstop, and then the pitcher spot. They have Aaron Hill, veteran right-hand hitter, A.J. Pollock, their center fielder on normal days, right-hand batter, Chris Owings, right-hand batter, and Wellington Castillo, the backup catcher. So all right-hand hitters left in the Arizona dugout. They started 4 left-hand hitters and 2 switch hitters. Kike is grounded out, walked and flied out. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Jansen is getting ready. Fastball fouled away. Howard Kendrick, the big man tonight. As usual, in a clutch spot, he came through. Home run to tie, base hit to drive in the 2 go-ahead runs. 2-2 to Kike Hernandez. Andrew Chafin trying to get some outs. Chafin, a first-round pick, and of course Yasiel Puig, as usual, right in the thick of things, had that key double in the 7th inning. Fastball hit to center. Inciarte is there. 2 out in the 8th inning. 3-1 Dodgers. They are trying to beat Arizona. 8 straight here at Dodger Stadium, and 12 of the last 13 times at Dodger Stadium. If they win tonight, they will have won 6 of the 8 this year against the D-backs, Goldschmidt, etc. Goldschmidt tonight 1 for 4, a base hit in the 1st inning. And that's spanked. Base hit for Callaspo. Inciarte up with it. So a 2-out single will bring up Andre Ethier. Remember, he's batting 9th.
Left fielder, number 16, Andre Ethier.
Andre Ethier checking in. Against Arizona, Ethier has 18 career home runs, hitting .288. Andre in last night's game hit a 3-run home run, and he also had a single, and he drives one to left center and deep. Inciarte goes back and gets it. So Chafin gets away with it. 3 long fly balls and a base hit. And now Kenley Jansen getting ready. 9th inning. Dodgers 3, Diamondbacks 1. Up, he is due to face Salta Lamacchia, then Ahmed, and then we'll see about the pitcher spot occupied by Chafin. Kenley pitched Saturday, pitched an inning against the Cardinals, picked up a save. The last time he had a victory, he had to go back to August last year against the Angels. Interesting that Carlos Gonzalez, Cargo, is the only batter to reach base off Jansen. He did on a wild pitch after striking out in the middle of May, and he doubled June 2nd. Jansen has 12 strikeouts, 1 hit, and no walks in 7 previous appearances. So here's Salta Lamacchia, single to center, scored on a wild pitch back in the 2nd inning. Since then has struck out and grounded out. Kendrick plays 6 to 8 feet on the grass in second base. The outfield about straight away. Ball one. Jansen in his 8th game. No walks, 12 strikeouts. 1-1. Fastballs and cutters. One and two. $37,738 here tonight. Saw Arizona score on a wild pitch in the second inning. Kendrick tie up with a home run in the 6th, and Kendrick base hit, driving in 2 more as Salvalamacchia strikes out. So Jansen nails the first one. Nick Ahmed will be coming up.
Number 13, Nick Ahmed.
Fastball, pure speed. Salvalamacchia comes up empty. A.J. Pollock will be batting in the pitcher spot. 1 out, 9th inning, 3-1 Dodgers. Nick Ahmed single to center, fly to right, single to center again. Shows bunt, ball one. One ball, no strikes. Ahmed tried, or at least showed bunt once. He has 3 bunt singles, and they're down by 2, so they can't give up the idea that he still might try to drop one down. One and two. Got him. Well, you look in the Arizona dugout from where we are. The entire ball club is up on the railing, watching Kenley Jansen do what he does so well. He just comes in and immediately takes control. And with 2 out, having struck out Salvalamacchia and Ahmed, now they send up A.J. Pollock to bat. Pollock, good hitter, 1 for 4 last night, hitting .321. His base hit last night was a double that drove in Inciarte. 0-1. And Kenley, let's watch him carefully. He's taking a little walk. I'm not sure what happened, but he was not quite ready. That's the first time we've seen him walk around the mound like that. Oh, and 1. One and 1. Pollock went to school at Notre Dame. AJ, a wonderful center fielder. He'll be 28 years old in December. First round pick by the D-backs in 09. Pops it up. Garcia along with Libator and Frias watching as Gonzalez makes a catch. Jansen gets a save. It looks like Libator, who made 3 pitches, picked up the victory. The Dodgers 3 runs, 7 hits. For Arizona, 1 run, 9 hits, and an error. For Jansen, 11 pitches, and there were 6 swings and misses against him. The player of the game, Howie Kendall, who had the home run in the 6th inning to tie the game. A shot to right field that hit the top of the fence and kicked over. And then in the 7th inning, he came up and hit a single up the middle against Addison Reed to drive in 2 and give the Dodgers the 3-1 victory. So tomorrow night, it'll be Hellickson and Anderson. The Dodgers have now beaten Arizona 8 straight and 12 of 13 here at Dodger Stadium. And Anderson will try to extend that tomorrow night. We'll talk to you then. Till then, from all of us to all of you, we wish you all a very pleasant good evening, everybody.